In space. Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers, go, 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 fly, go. Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers. In space.
Hi guys, and today I am here reviewing the Zap in Space Astro Megaship. So the Zap line was a kind of Megazord line, basically. Lightning Connection Megazord line by Hasbro. And just before I give you a turnaround, sadly that is no longer going. But in a way, I think it was kind of the downfall of the Lightning Connection line, because these were great, but they did come with their faults. They really did. It's like this one here is my second one, because my first one broke the first time I transformed it. Sorry guys, it broke, so I had to send it back. And what they said to me was, when I sent it back, I can tell you exactly what they said to me. They actually said to me, this isn't the first one we've had back. They said that so far we've had about 3 or 4 come back to us. So we know there's a problem. So when I read that in the email, I was like, then stop the production, recall those and remake them. But sadly they didn't do that. So what they said to me was, we can't guarantee that we'll have one to refund you, to replace this one. So what they said was, we have, at the time they had 3 left in stock. So they said, go and buy the same one again on Hasbro Pulse's UK website. They said, go and buy it again and we'll refund you that. We'll refund you the money. So basically, I essentially didn't have to pay for this one, because I'd already paid for the last one. So when I did buy this one, they just refunded me the money. But one last thing I will say before I give you a turnaround of it is, I think, and it kind of pains me to say this, so to speak, I think that this was potentially the downfall of the Lightning Connection line. Not this Megazord specifically, but the entire Zap line. And just one last thing, I don't keep these. Well, actually, I do keep these boxes, but I don't keep the inserts. I keep the boxes because of they're quite well built boxes, basically. Anyway, I'll give you a turnaround of it. So on the front you get the head of the Astro Megaship, or the face rather, sorry. On the side you get a picture of the Astro Megaship, cartoon picture. Coming around to the back now, and this is one of the things I really do like about these boxes. They've got a Z, meaning the Zord Ascension project line. And I love it. I really do like the design of these boxes. Now coming around to the other side itself, you have a picture of the Astro Megazord itself. Now I don't know if that's a picture of the toy or a picture of the actual one, but I really do love this. Now this cost me about 160. I can't remember, to be honest, guys, because it's been so long. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I can't remember really, guys, because it's been so long. So I'm going to take the top off rather, because there's a unique thing about the inside of these boxes that I like. So here's the unique thing about the inside of these SAP boxes. You have a cartoon picture on the inside of the lid, as you can see here. And you have on the main box itself, you have kind of an insert of the control console of the Astro Megaship, which looks absolutely fantastic. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I don't keep the inserts of these boxes because I don't have room, unfortunately, but one thing I will say is, to me, and my mum agrees with me here as well, sorry guys, that they put more money on the boxes than they did the actual Zords. Now, this Zord is a lot more stable than the other one. It really is, as you will see. So, as it comes out of the box, which you won't see, but as it comes out of the box, it comes out as the Astro Megaship. So let's get it out of the box now, shall we? So I've got it transformed into the Astro Megaship. Well, I say transformed, I didn't really have to do much. There were a couple of bits I had to do, but not much. I will give you a turn around of it in a second, but one thing I will say is I'd forgotten how big this thing is. This thing is big. I mean, I'd forgotten how big it is. The colour's perfect, exactly like the original toy version. And actually, when I first got this, guys, I put the original toy up to this, and the original toy looked like a baby compared to this. Sorry guys. So yeah, I'll give you a turnaround now. So, coming around to the side now, you may be able to see the side pieces attached to the side here. Sorry guys. Now they weren't attached. We had to attach those. Which was quite tough to do, to be fair. And then coming around to the back, you can see what would have been the thrusters on the show. Oh, hyper accelerators actually they were called. And then these fin bits you had to put up because these were down in the box. Sorry guys. And the little, I don't know, fin bits you see at the front here were from the space shuttle that gets stored inside it when it's in this mode. And also you won't be able to see it very well, but there's a little, I don't know what you would call this on the bottom, but that's what becomes the gun, the laser I should say. And what I'll do is very carefully pick it up like that. You can see what it looks like, and also it has the shield on the bottom as well, which is fantastic. I really do love this thing. Now, however, on my original one of these, when I was transforming it, the paint did start chipping off, but that was because I had a bit of a dodgy one. That's why the paint was starting to come off. It does have a few other accessories which I will show you quickly now. So the accessories he has are this big sword, which I'll show you first. And I mean big, this thing is massive. It's very well built as well. Colour's fantastic. It has a little bit of weight to it as well, which is quite nice. And it has what I term as the little symbol, envelope symbol kind of thing. Sorry guys. But what I will say is the end of this, ow, that hurts, is quite sharp. Which I'm actually surprised that Hasbro got away with, to be fair. Because it's not enough where you would severely hurt yourself, but it is relatively sharp. But yeah, this is a big, well-built sword, and he has two sets of hands, one set of hands at the front here, doing at some sort of expression, which I believe, if I remember correctly, it does do on the show. But again, they're well-built hands, just like they are on the show. Now, I don't think the fingers move. In fact, I'm pretty much 100% the fingers don't move, which is unfortunate. I think they should have allowed it so the fingers would move, so you can give it your own kind of expressions with its hands. You also get the little tiny ranges, which again I don't really see the point in. Like I've said, I would have much prefer they put the money into the Zord itself rather than the boxes. But yeah, it's the accessories are great. What I will do, in fact, actually, he also has a set of fist hands on the back of the ship, which are actually under the ship. But what I will do is I'll pick one of these hands up. Sorry guys. And I will show you the little ball joint hole. There's a hole. And it's very well painted, rather, sorry. And I was right, the fingers don't move, unfortunately. Which I think they missed a trick on there. But again, this is the thing with Hasbro. The Zord itself was really good. It's really steady, unlike the Zap Megazord and Zap Dragonzord. Although, having said that, I'm a little bit harsh on the Zap Dragonzord because sorry guys, if you keep the tail on the ground of the Zap Megazord, Dragonzord, it doesn't fall over. But if the tail's not on the ground, it goes over, unfortunately. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing, I really do. I do recommend this, but two things. Hasbro don't have it in stock anymore because obviously they no longer have the license to make the toys. Playmates do. I mean, the stuff they do have, they can sell because they made it, but they won't be able to sell the Playmates things. Even though the Playmates things somewhere will have Hasbro's name on them because Hasbro still own the franchise. But one last thing before I transfer it over, and I will probably mention this in another video, and I might even do a completely separate video on it. What people have been saying about Disney actually owning Power Rangers. They don't. I can confirm they don't own it. They have the rights to make the shows, but they don't own it. Hasbro still owns it. So Disney are in conjunction with Hasbro to make the shows. However, I don't know what the next show's going to be. I don't know when the next show's going to be. I know starting from July there's a rerun of MMPR, which they're using CGI in, but I don't know in what context. But yeah, what you see, what you've read, and if you see anything on social media and stuff about Disney owning the franchise, they don't. It's still owned by Hasbro. They're just working with Disney. And contrary to some people's belief, Disney did do some really good seasons, like RPM, Mystic Force, Dino Thunder, and others which I liked but I wasn't keen on, although I did love Wild Horse, to be fair. Sorry guys. Anyway, back onto the subject of this. Let's gulp Transformers. So I'm back guys, and he is now transformed into the Astro Megaship. So he is transformed now. He is huge. I have no idea how tall he is, but that has taken us about bloody 45 minutes to do that. Which is insane. Absolutely insane. But Hasbro don't make it easy. This is the one thing that I think that Hasbro made even harder with these is basically the instructions are shite, which mine doesn't seem to have actually come with instructions, but it must have done at some point. I have no idea where they are though. But anyway, they're shite anyway, they wouldn't have been good. So we basically spent 45 minutes trying to figure out something that I could do in about 10 seconds on the original toy. I could do what we just did in about 10 seconds on the original toy, which is insane. Now, however, I do love this thing, I really do. But one thing I will say before I give you the turnaround. Number one, this is definitely not for kids. Number two, watch videos, preferably other people reviewing them. And number three, I'm going to say, don't be scared of the ratchets. because they do make quite a loud crack. So don't be scared of them. Anyway, I'll give you a turn around. Please, for the love of God, stay standing. So, again, coming round to the side, you can see all the detail on the side of him, the hands, the wheels. Coming around to the back, you can see all the back of the Astro Megaship, and the back of the shuttle, which is amazing. I absolutely love this thing, I really do. And you can see the size of his gun when it comes back round, or I think on the show they call it a laser. But the laser and the shield are huge. Now I'll tell you a fun fact, just quickly before I give you my ratings and stuff. When you see some of the old seasons Megazords come back in Cosmic Fury, you see this and the Dino Megazord, but it's the Zap toys they're using to do that. And the reason I know that is there's a couple of reasons. One, the way they've done it, you can almost, they've tried to hide it, but someone like me, I can spot stuff like that from a mile off. You can kind of see the screw holes where they've used kind of like, they've kind of like CGI'd it, but you can tell it's this toy, or this, sorry, it's not a toy, collector's item. Because you can see the screw holes. And they've done the same with all the other Megazords, like the Lost Galaxy Megazord was the 7-inch toy, but they just CGI'd it to make it bigger. And all the others, like Beast Morphers swords and that, were again the toys that they just also used CGI on to make them look bigger for the show. Another nearly getting myself halfway there. And another reason I know that, guys, is they had the toy they used for that in the Heritage Power Rangers Heritage auctions. Now, one other thing, speaking of these and Cosmic Fury, I know that Hunter Dino has her Pink Ranger suit. And the reason I know that is because she told me when I met her last year. And she actually owns a lot of her outfits she wore in the show. Anyway, guys, now for my ratings. I love this thing, I really do. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I absolutely love it. Now, there are a couple of things I don't love about it, but it's not going to change the score. The way Hasbro have, although you can't really see it on this one, they say they did it, but I can't see it on this one. They say they added their own detail to this Megazord, but I can't see it. All I can see is the detail that you would have got on the original toy. But there's so that, if they did do that, I hate it when they do that. And the other thing that I hate is, one, the instructions are absolutely shite. Plus, my replacement didn't, as far as I know, and we've basically dismantled the box, didn't come with instructions. But luckily, I know in my room somewhere I've still got the original instructions for the other one I sent back to Hasbro. However, the instructions were absolutely shite. And another thing that they could have made a lot easier is transforming the damn thing. They could have made that so much easier, they really could. I'd say the worst thing about transforming it is the stiffness of everything, and the fear of physically actually breaking something, because this thing is so stiff. Don't get me wrong, it's good that it's stiff because it's not going to go anywhere, but the thing is with this is you're so bloody scared of what's going to happen, whether you're going to break it or not. That's the issue. So I think the other thing they could have done better rather is still make the joints stiff, but not this stiff. And obviously there's one more thing. They should have made the hand move so you can open the hands and get it to hold things like that. That would have been a lot easier. And I think they should have found a place where maybe you could store the sword inside him, because then you'd have somewhere to put it. It just wouldn't be lying around the place. If you had him holding like what I've got holding him and he's not holding the sword, then if they'd found a place inside him for it to go, then you would know where it is. Anyway guys, 10 out of 10, really love it, really do. And the thing that is really incredible with this is I actually own a collector's item that was used in Power Rangers. So officially I don't own the one that was used, but they used the collector's thing in the show. So in a sense I do. So anyway guys, I'll catch you in the next one.